Hi everybody. If you're an archer like many are that have a difficult time keeping your bow shoulder down during the draw, the hold, and the execution of your shot, in this video I'm going to show you a quick and simple drill that you can utilize outside of your shooting to fix that position, then take it to your shooting, apply it so that you can have a strong, stable, and comfortable bow shoulder. To preface this drill and to give you a little bit of context, there's a couple of really important things to understand. First is that we know, based on high-level coaching and archery organizations, the study of joint mechanics of the shoulder, particularly with the bow arm, that we want a shoulder that is anchored down during the draw and the hold of your shot. That's going to provide you with the most stable, protected, and solid position for that joint. Now, when we go to shoot, there's so many things that are often occurring and so many things that we're thinking about, from our anchor to our sight picture to our release, that it tends to be difficult to keep this bow shoulder in the position that we want. So we know we want that shoulder to be down. And the second thing to know is that with this drill, what we're doing is we're taking you away from the complexity of shooting, where you don't have to worry about that anchor point, you don't have to worry about your sight picture, and giving you an opportunity to just focus on that bow shoulder position, correct it, and then you can utilize this newfound reinforced position to apply to your shooting. So what you're going to need is either a wall or a post. I'm going to use a post here. And the benefit of this drill, really where the magic comes in, is that we are using an immovable object to place our bow hand against in our normal desired grip. And that immovable object makes it a lot easier to control and reinforce this bow shoulder position, because normally when we shoot, we have the opposite. We have a movable object in our hand, which makes it more difficult to find leverage to anchor this shoulder down. So with this immovable object, now I've almost created a fulcrum or a pivot point, because my hand's not going to move. I can then position this bow shoulder. So very simply with this drill, as I said, you're going to set your hand in the desired position, and you can simply spend time exploring and anchoring that shoulder where you want it. You can even push into the post or wall. You can even push up a little bit as well, like you're holding your bow up on target. You can keep your hands in the position you would normally anchor, whether you're an Olympic recurve shooter, a bare bow shooter, compound shooter, and you're allowing yourself this simple environment to find your shoulder position, set it, feel it, anchor it down, get solid there. And then I also recommend that you come out of it. Show yourself what it feels like and looks like to be in a poor position with that shoulder rising, where it's unstable and it's not going to be as solid and in a more compromised position, and then reverse it. Anchor it down, set the amount of elbow bend that you typically have, feel that position, push in again, push up, and the overall thought here is to reinforce that position in this simple environment. So after you've practiced that for a little bit, practice some repetitions, practice for some time, then my recommendation would be the next step is to apply a little bit more load and complexity. And a great way to do that is with any resistance band. You can use any band that you have, whether that's a TheraBand, whether that's a looped band. This is the Shot Saver from MD50 Gear. It's a nice tool. You don't have to use this. But what we can now do is get a little bit closer to our shot in what it feels like when we're shooting. So now I can allow myself to go through my normal movements and positions, find that bow shoulder position that I want, anchor it down. I can make sure my hand is positioned the way that I want. And in this simpler environment, it gives me a clear opportunity to focus on anchoring that shoulder down, building off of what we just did in that drill. Then the obvious next step would be to go to shooting your actual bow. Now, the important key here is not to just do this once and feel like you're going to have it nailed and have this mechanic solid. Instead, this is going to take some repetition. This would be a great thing to utilize for just 30 seconds or a minute before you shoot, where you can again get in that simple atmosphere on that immovable object, create that pivot point where I can really anchor that shoulder down, feel what that's like, find that position, get comfortable there, then go and shoot. And after some time and some more frequency of seeing this drill and giving yourself a different stimuli to work on that position, you're going to be able to focus on that more efficiently. You're going to be able to apply that more efficiently. But most of all, and this is perhaps one of the most important parts of this video, is that this has to be a conscious focus. And what I mean by that is I have archers that often will develop this mechanic, will build strength with this position, but then they go to shoot and their focus is in a different place, and they say, oh, I feel like I fell out of that position and my shoulder kept rising up. And my question to follow up is, were you focusing and intentionally putting your shoulder in that position? And typically the answer is no, because although we desire for that to be automatic, and eventually in the future for archers it can be more automatic, in the meantime, and for many of us archers, we have to be intentionally focused on controlling that position. The fact of the matter is that our body wants to take the easy way out in the lazy way out, which is letting that shoulder ride up, compensate, but instead we have to reverse that. We have to counter that with intentional focus, with a solid position of driving that shoulder down towards the floor, taking it from this drill where we're driving it down. I like to think about putting the shoulder blade down in the back pocket, pushing down here as I push up here, and then again transferring that to our shot through conscious intentional focus. I hope that you found this video and this drill valuable. I encourage you to use it, apply it, to continue to develop your shot. If you're interested in getting more education, drills, information, and training, subscribe to this channel, and you can also visit archerystrong.com if you're looking for training or to work with me individually. Thanks for your support.